Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven. I'm a pharmacist and I own 52 units of real estate. So I had a great question in the comments asking about my Huntsville single family home that I bought back in 2021. He's asking, did I buy this for cash flow or is it an appreciation play? So for me, the answer is both. So why I liked Huntsville, Alabama was because I had a good balance of cash flow as well as appreciation. Like I bought a house for $250,000. It's worth maybe about $340 today, 3-4 years later, and it rents out for about $2,000 a month. And I locked in a 3.5% interest rate during COVID, fortunately, and it cash flows about $700 a month on average. There are some vacancies here and there, but it cash flows pretty well and it's been appreciating pretty well. So for me, that's why I liked Oklahoma or Huntsville, Alabama, was because they have cash flow and appreciation. So it's nice, but keep in mind I did lock in a 3.5% interest rate. So fast forward to today, you could probably buy a new build for about low 300s, so maybe 300 to 320, but now your interest rate's going to be like what, 7-8%, and at that rate the rents are about the same. The rents have kind of gone down a little bit, to be honest. I started off at 2100 at the peak, but now I'm down to like 1900. So rents have gone down, which is a little bit concerning, right? But I have locked into such a great interest rate. But even at that lower rent and the higher interest rate, now the property kind of breaks even, or you might make like $100 to $200 a month in cash flow, which isn't really cash flow, it's just a reserve. So now at that point, the property breaks even. It's more of an appreciation play. So if I were to buy today at these interest rates, it's more of an appreciation play, right? And more of a tax write-off play where I could buy the property, do a cost segregation study, and then if I bought for $300,000, I do a cost segregation study, I can write off about 30% on average. That's about $100,000 against my active W-2 income. So I'd wipe out $100,000 on my active W-2 income, and I would probably save around $40,000 in taxes, and I'll get a check from Uncle Sam, right? So that's the first play. And the second play of real estate, that's the immediate play, right? Assuming you're a real estate professional status, which I'm not yet, but if I am, great. I can wipe off $100,000 off W-2 income, get about $40,000 back from Uncle Sam as the immediate play. The long-term play is over time, hopefully interest rates will lower from 7% down to 5%, right? And then, or lower, if that would be better. And then I would refinance to lower my rate. And that over time, hopefully my rent will increase from 1900 to maybe like 1950 to 2000, right? And not go down. Right, so that's the long-term play of real estate. Eventually, your principal pay down, natural market appreciation, rents go up, your loan stays the same, you can get a lower rate, right? So that's a long-term play of real estate. So that's how I would do it today, right? So the property I currently have, fortunate, locked in that lower interest rate, and maybe I should have bought more, right? But I didn't know Huntsville, Alabama at the time. They're building a lot. They're still building a lot, and there's legitimate concerns about oversupply, right? And it's shown by rents are going down a little bit, right? Maybe they overbuilt in Huntsville, Alabama, and they have excess inventory, and then now you have to start giving rental concessions and lowering your rent. But for the most part, I owned it for 4 years. I had 3 tenants, 1 tenant for 2 years, and 2 tenants for 1 year each. But every time the rents have kind of gone down a little bit. So that's kind of how I view Huntsville, Alabama. So now it's a little bit more of an appreciation play with these interest rates. But if interest rates were to lower again, down to like 4%, then geez, this will cash flow, $400, $500. I buy a couple of these, get some cash flow, get some depreciation. I'll do that all day, right? So that's what I plan to do because it's super passive, right? Like I just buy it, sign some paperwork, underwrite the numbers real quick, and then I get some depreciation and get some cash flow, and it's like pretty passive for me to own and manage this. It's like buying stocks. So that's kind of how I would strategize that. So that answers the first question of how I view Huntsville, Alabama. It's when I bought it, it was cash flow and appreciation. Now today, these interest rates, it's probably more of an appreciation play, and you'll break even on cash flow, which is actually still pretty rare, right? And imagine owning a brand new house for like $300,000, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,100 square foot. It's beautiful, right? Like these are Class A tenants too. And the second part of the question I wanted to address was, am I realistically going to retire from my pharmacist job and live off my real estate income? And I think right now, because I'm family planning and wanting to have like at least 1 kid, probably 2 kids, right? And that's in the horizon in the next, I would say, like 4 years, right? Maybe I have kid 1 in like 2 years and kid 2 in like another 2 years after that. And for me, I know real estate income is very labile. It fluctuates month to month, right? Yes, I cash for $10,000 a month, but I know that money is saved for a rainy day. So for me, I want to feel comfortable living off that, unless there's 2 factors where I would feel comfortable living off my real estate income. and basically would leave my W-2 job. And I have a video talking about it. But my first factor would be I want no mortgage, right? I want to wipe off my largest expense. And I fixated on this, and I have a video talking about it, right? I want to wipe out my largest expense so that I can comfortably step away from my W-2 job. Like, I don't want to wipe out my $5,500 a month mortgage, not deal with that, and I'm just stuck paying my property tax, insurance, HOA, which is still $2,000 a month, right? But it's more palatable. Number two is I want a huge money reserve. And this is also unreasonable as well. It's just my sleep well at night reserve as well as my sleep well at night no mortgage, right? To lay a good foundation. I want at least $150,000 just sitting there liquid, cash, in a high yield savings account or treasury bills or bonds, or T-bills actually, sorry. High yield savings account, CD account, or T-bills. Something very liquid so that if I had to replace like 2 roofs and it cost me $60,000, I could do it, not bat an eye and not be stressed, and then rebuild my reserve up again, right? So I want a $150,000 reserve. And kids are expensive too, right? I have daycare, healthcare, activities. They're not cheap, right? So like if I wipe out my mortgage, at least it takes out one big expense. Now I have a kid, and hopefully the kid's not expensive as my mortgage, right? And if you do private school, it's expensive too, but I'm not a big believer in private school, to be honest, despite going to a private university just for the pharmacy program. But anyways, for me, I would, like I said, have no mortgage, have $150,000 in the bank, liquid, in T-bills or whatever. And I want another business income stream coming in, whether that's my coaching mentorship business, whether that's YouTube, whether that's a real estate agent, whether that's short-term renting my my primary residence, or like converting one of my long-term rentals to a short-term rental. I want another stream, multiple streams of income coming in so that I know I at least get some income coming in, whether it's from multiple sources, right? Because right now my W-2 carries the team, right? It's my main income. I know every 2 weeks I'm getting this much every week. I just got paid this like past Thursday, right? I know it comes in every Thursday, right? Guaranteed every month. So like I would want some sort of money coming in and some business coming in. So those are the 3 factors I would need. That at that point, I could then, if I have excess cash flow from real estate, that's just for me to live more lavishly if I want to, right? So I want my basic needs covered for me and my family. No mortgage, cover my activities, large emergency reserve fund, other streams of income coming in from businesses. Like if I retire from W-2, I'm still going to do things, right? I'm not going to just be sitting on a beach all day. And if I happen to make cash flow from real estate and I don't want to reinvest it to buy more real estate, I want to use that for lifestyle inflation. If I want to get a nicer car, if I want to just go on a nice vacation, if I want to like rent an Audi R8, which is my dream car, for like a weekend, right? Or buy something nice, or eat at a nice restaurant, or splurge, right? Like that's all it is, but I don't want to depend on it. That's like my excess luxury fund, right? I want my basics covered. My expenses my basic expenses to be very low, and hopefully that's covered through like my side businesses. So let's say my basic expenses are like $6,000 a month all in. If my side business can generate $6,000 a month, and sometimes I might have to dip into my real estate or my emergency fund, that's fine. Or if my business makes a lot of money and then my real estate income comes in, that could be for my luxuries, right? Like kind of like my fun money that I use, or I can use it to save more real estate. So I know it's crazy to say all this. I'm super conservative in that way, but that's kind of my strategy right now, unless I just really just hate my W-2 job and then leave. But like right now, I'm not at that point, right? So it makes sense for me to still work a W-2 job. So realistically, that's what it would take for me to retire from my W-2 job and step away to just do, real estate, content creation, coaching, becoming a realtor like full time, and maybe managing like short-term rentals, doing that. So, or some combination of all the above, right? And that's kind of the path I would think to do if I want to step up from a W-2. So anyways, hopefully I answered both your questions. Why I invest in Huntsville, Alabama. It was cash flow and appreciation. Today, it's just more appreciation given high interest rates, as well as what it would take for me to retire from my W-2 job, which is a paid off mortgage. I know I'm unreasonable about that. Number 2 is at least $150,000 liquid in treasury bills. And number 3 is just having other streams of income in businesses that can cover my basic expenses, and that I can use my real estate income, whatever is surplus, if there's any, as my luxury fund money, right? And I don't need a lot of money to like live a good life and enjoy my life. So anyways, let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully this gave you some value. If you want to join my mentorship program, check the link down below. If you need some help buying some multifamily, check it down below. Otherwise, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you so much.